Well, hello, 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 and welcome to Elegant Sentiments today. This is our Thursday night live. I'm Cheryl Abernathy, and I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today for my very first YouTube live. Yay! Today I'm using brand new software. So I beg your indulgence as I work through trying to make sure that I'm getting where I want to go and sharing all the information that I have for you today. So, first off, I want to give you a few updates on what's going on at Stampin' Up. And for those of you who are my current customers, the host code for May is there. If you're not a customer and you would like to be, I would love to have you. You can click on elegantsentiments.com and click on shop, and you can shop with me there. If you place an order for $75 or less, use that, or $75 or more, up to $150, use the host code that's shown there. And with that order, you will get a small gift from me. And you'll also get Petal Perks. If you want information on Petal Perks, you can go to my website, elegantsentiments.com, and scroll down to the bottom and you can find out about the Petal Perks. I'd love to have you join there. The other thing we've got going on is our new catalog. It launched in May at the beginning of this month. And so you'll be able to shop to your heart's content out of our new catalog. We've got some great new products in there. Some of them I'm going to showcase for you this evening. And we also have a new kids collection. This one is the birthday, confetti birthday kit, and it will make a shaker card. I haven't used this kit, so I don't know much about it. But the nice thing about our kits is that they're all inclusive. So if you are a new stamper or new to stamping, you can, excuse me, I forgot to turn my phone ringer off. You can use this, you can purchase this kit. I'm sorry, I got distracted with the phone. And then also for Paper Pumpkin, which is another of our kit types, you can purchase now through, oh, this was yesterday. We've got a new kit, so I will update you on that later. I forgot to update these slides. We do have a new Paper Pumpkin kit that you can buy beginning today through June 10th. So that's really all of the updates. I really want to focus on our project for today. And this is the card that we're going to be making. And let me see if I can zoom it in a little bit for you so you can see it a little bit better. Well, can we scroll that up? Let's see. I have to go. Okay. All right. So we got it back in there. But this is the card that we're going to be making today. And this card, we made it with, this is the card itself. And then this is the coordinating envelope. This is a 5x7 card. And we made this using some new DSP that we have on the product line. It is called Inked Botanicals. And I'll show you real quickly. You get 4 sheets of each of these colors in the set. And this is the pattern that we're using today. They're all 2-sided, and you get 4 sheets of each. Really pretty. And they use some of our returning colors. Calypso Coral is coming back, and Lost Lagoon is one of our new colors. So these are all the papers that are in this bundle. Really, really pretty DSP. And this is the last one. So that is the paper that's included in the Inked Botanicals DSP set. DSP is Designer Series paper for those of you who are new. And um, that's the paper we're going to be using. This is the sentiment set that we're using. Something Fancy is the name of the set. And today we're going to be using Grateful for the Everyday Magic of You. I really like this sentiment set because it has mixed fonts. I like having the mixed fonts, and this one is really nice. So that's Something Fancy is the stamp set we're going to use. And then we're also going to be using dies, lots of dies for this project. And I wanted to point something out to you in our catalog. In the back of the catalog, you'll see, it's hard to see, there's a little red in there. And then it says, see, when you see in the back and you see the dies and it says, see these dies in use as opposed to coordinates with, that means that these are standalone dies. And a lot of times we'll miss some really great projects because these stamps don't really coordinate with a stamp set. So I'm going to be using some of these standalone dies for today's card. Petal Patterns is one of those die sets, and it has 2 big dies in it. And these dies cut out, I use the color, it's a new color, and it's called Wild Wheat. So I use that color for the outline of the flower. And then that was cut with this die. And then I used the DSP that I just showed you to cut this pattern. So Petal Patterns is one of the die sets that we're going to be using. And then the other is Paper Florist. And this has lots of dies in it, but we're only using these 2 dies, this die and this die, to cut these flowers, these 2 flowers. And then for the centers of the flowers, we're using these 3. This one will cut the center that's basically untextured except around the outside. And this one will cut a textured center. And then we'll use this one for the teeny weeny little centers on that flower. So those are the products that we're going to be using, along with some basic white cardstock and some embellishments. So this is the inside of the card. It's just more flowers that are die cut, and then the flowers on the outside. So it's really super easy to do this because it's primarily die cutting. There's only a teeny weeny bit of stamping in this card. And so I've gone ahead and done all of that die cutting. And let me show you how we're going to put our card together. So I just started with a blank 5x7 card base. And then, as I said, I die cut the floral with the die cut that I showed you. And so we're just going to put that on there, give it an eyeball to make sure it's where we want it. And then we'll just go ahead and glue that down. This is a really easy card to make because, like I said, it's just dies. So you just do a little bit of cutting and some gluing and a teeny weeny bit of stamping, and you're all done. And you've got a card that looks like you spent a whole lot more time making it than you really did. And that's one of the things that I really like about our products is it's so easy to make a beautiful card. Everything coordinates so nicely together. Our colors coordinates, our dies and stamps coordinate. And you can do like I did today and just create your own coordination with standalone products. So we'll just put that on there like that. And I think that's pretty straight. And then for the sentiment that's on the card, This piece is wild wheat, and it's 4 3/4 by 1.5. And then this DSP piece is 4.5 by 3/4 of an inch. And then this white piece is 4 3/4 by, no, what is this? No, this is 2 3/4 by 3/4. So those are the pieces that we've already cut out, and I have them ready here, easy to assemble. And I'm using glue, but you can use whatever adhesive you like best. I like using glue because it gives you a little bit more flexibility in your placement. If you don't get it perfectly straight, you got a little bit of wiggle room before it starts to dry. And that's always helpful for me anyway, because sometimes I wonder how I get from point A to point B, because sometimes I can't see straight, but we do the best we can. So we'll put that strip down. And then our sentiment, you can just stamp this on a piece of basic white cardstock. And then oh, I made that too close to the edge. But then nice thing about it, you can turn it around. I cut this the length or the width that I wanted it to be, and that way I could stamp it at the edge. And then I only need to trim at the top, and I'm good to go. So that makes it easy. And then you'll go ahead and take your stamped and trimmed sentiment and put it on your card base. And make sure you can see that. There you go. Okay, and the flowers, I've done those ahead of time because I just don't want you to have to sit here watching me die cut flowers, but that's not fun. You really just want to see, what did I make and how did I make it? So these are the flowers. I took 3 pieces of the flower and just put them together using, just twist them. So you're filling in the space. I used 2 of the larger ones and then 1 of the smaller ones, and then just put the die cut that has the markings on it on the center. And I did, then the little flowers that are on the inside are 2 small ones, and they have the center that just has the stitching, no dimension on the center of the circle. So that's how. And then for the other flower, it's 3 pieces again, 2 large ones and a small one. And then the teeny weeny little flower center that I just lost it. I don't know where it went. Anyway, you know what it looks like. I don't know where that little piece went. But, oh, there it is. Aha. It escaped. Okay, so we've got our base down. So we're going ahead and putting all of our flowers on. We've got 3 of the bigger ones. And I just kind of put those at an angle. And then to give it a little bit of dimension, I just took my take your pick tool and just lift up, hold that center down and just lift up those petals a little bit, just to have it stand up a little bit. Doesn't need much. And you could even, if you wanted more color, you could, color your leaves some. But I liked it the way it was with just the white. I think the wheat just kind of popped out when it was just the plain white. So after you get all 3 of those on, Then you can do the other two flowers. I guess it really doesn't matter what order you do them in. You can do them whatever order you like. And then once you get those on, again, just, oops, you got to give it some chance to set there for a little bit. I'm using glue, not tape. You can use glue dots for that too, as well. Whatever kind of adhesive you like. It all works. Okay, so before we do the embellishments, we'll go ahead and do the inside of the card. And this is a piece of basic white that's cut 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And just I'm adding tape for this one, just because, no real reason. And put that down in the center. Get it as, I usually do pretty good with getting it straight. Today, not so much. And then you want to take your bone folder and just smooth out those edges. Get them nice and smooth. And then you'll take your strip of it's wild wheat. I can say that, wild wheat. Take your strip of wild wheat and glue it down. And I did it about, I don't know, an inch below the base there. And then you take the flowers, the 3 small flowers. And what I do when I'm doing 3s of something, I'll do the center one first, just to make sure that when I put the other ones on, they're going to be evenly spaced. And you can pop this up a little bit. And just put all 3 of those on there. And you've got, with the larger cards, I like them, especially if you're sending a note to someone. You have a little more reading room than you do, writing room rather, than you do with the A2 cards. And some people just like bigger cards anyway. That's all they do. But I do both. And especially when I have a big die like that and I didn't want to cut it down, I just make a bigger card. Isn't that pretty? I just like that. I just think it's so sweet. And I think that, you know, having the inside decorated will be a nice surprise for the recipient. And then you want to go ahead and burnish those edges, make sure they're down really good. And then grab your gems. For this one, I used the Pearl Basic Jewels, but you could use really any of them. Let me see. I'm going to get a different. I'll get this pack because that pack doesn't have the size I need. And these come in a pack, and it has, I don't know how many are in this pack. 140 gems are on there. And I used down on the bottom here, I used the bigger, 2 of the bigger ones, and then the rest of them are the medium-sized pearls. And so now watching me chase these pearls is going to be funny because they never listen to me. That's half the battle with these. Okay. And then you just take the medium-sized ones and go around the card and fill in those open holes on the die cuts. The hardest part is getting these gems on there. The rest of the card is really easy to do. And I know people I can't use the other end of the take your pick tool. Others do it and they do a great job. I'm just not one of them. I can't get that to work. So I just instead I just chase them around until I get them on there. But eventually I do. And And you can fill all of them or you can fill some of them. It's up to you. These holes, I don't like seeing little holes, so I'm filling all of them as this. And then I want you to bear with me as I get these on here. If I'd have been thinking, I would have put a few of them on ahead of time, but we didn't do that. We were doing good to get what we got. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful for you for coming and watching me do this. I love card crafting. It's relaxing. It's a lot of fun. And I like giving them to people. I got to do better though. I'm always behind the 8 ball. I'm late sending 3 May birthday cards already. So I'm going to try and get caught up this weekend. Almost done. There we go. So we have all of our holes covered up, and that's how easy to make it. And I don't like doing envelopes that aren't decorated. So I just took a strip of the DSP and put it down the side of the envelope and added another flower. And there you go. So I thank you so much for stopping by to see the card that I made. I will be back next Thursday with another card at 7 o'clock, and hopefully I'll do better with my technology. Practice makes perfect. So we will, as we go along, we'll get better and better. And I do have one small little token for those of you who came and who stayed. In your comments, if you could type in #stash, I'd like to send you a little gift from my stash to thank you for taking your time. There's a lot of things you could have been doing today, but you chose to come and hang out with me for a few minutes. So I appreciate that. So if you could take a few minutes, a second or two, and type in #stash, and I'll give you a few seconds to do that, to enter the drawing, and I will choose a winner here in a second as soon as we see some comments go in. Let's see. I can't really see. It's there on the screen. Type #stash. No takers. And let me see here. Well, let me put up the giveaway tool and see if we have, let me see if there's anybody that has put a comment, because I can't see any. So like, nope, no comments. Well, that's fine. I do thank you anyway for, let me stop sharing that screen. I thank you for coming by and for spending a few minutes with me. I hope you'll come back next week and bring more friends with you. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week and live graciously. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.